Good evening. This is CTV News for Thursday, October 27th. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Patricia Malone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, early voting is underway in the state, and we went over to the Southern Regional Technology and Recreational Complex, where there was a steady stream of voters. Some political experts fear that people will be discouraged from going to the polls after weeks of claims by Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump that the election will be rigged. However, Anthony Brown, who is running for the 4th Congressional District seat, he spent time shaking hands with people this morning and says he has confidence in the election process.
You always want to be vigilant at election time, and you want to make sure that there's integrity in the process. But both Democrats and Republicans who are responsible for running elections around this country strongly believe that there is integrity in our election process. I mean, America has got the best election process and procedures in any country in the world. Does that mean that there's occasionally some wrongdoing? That happens from time to time. But does it change the outcome of elections? No. So there's no such thing as a rigged election in these United States of America.
We also spoke with voters about what issues are most important to them during the election.
Well, economy, yes. And I believe that Hillary Clinton will bring it up because Bill Clinton is already there. There's two smart heads, you know.
I wanted to make sure that my vote would count. I wanted to make sure that there wouldn't be any loopholes or, you know, the long lines, and because I am off today from work. And so it's very important for not only the economy, it's important for our children and the next generation.
And there are 9 early voting sites in Prince George's County. Be sure to take a government ID when you go to cast a ballot, and you have until November 3rd to do so.
Chris Van Hollen's campaign got out early this morning, greeting voters at the Largo Metro Station. Van Hollen, his Democrat, is seen as the front-runner in the Maryland U.S. Senate campaign. On this first day of early voting, he's facing off against Republican Kathy Saliga and Green Party candidate Margaret Flowers.
We all need to participate in the democratic process. I've been working very closely with the voters and people in Prince George's County and throughout the state to make sure that we have a system that allows everybody to succeed, every child to get a very good education, to make sure that people can get good paying jobs. We got a lot of work to do. We got to do it together. We got to try to make sure that we work with people from all different perspectives and points of view. That's why, I'm so worried about Donald Trump, because he is turning people against each other in this country. We need to embrace everybody, work together to get things done.
Van Hollen, Zaliga, and Flowers are seeking to replace outgoing Maryland Senator Barbara Mikulski.
The nanny accused of murdering an 8-month-old child will have to wait another 24 hours for a bail hearing. The hearing for 66-year-old Oluremi Oyindasola was postponed today because no interpreter was available. The suspect was arrested this week for allegedly killing Anita Solubi while babysitting the child in her Glen Arden home. An autopsy shows that Solubi's death was caused by asphyxiation. According to State's Attorney Angela Alsobrooks, domestic homicides now exceed the number of drug-related murders.
We have to do everything we can to make sure you have to be safe at home. You have to be safe at home. And so we want to really ring the bells, the alarm bells. This is something that is an epidemic and is a very, very serious problem.
And the defendant's bond hearing has been rescheduled for tomorrow afternoon.
Attorneys representing displaced residents of a Temple Hills condominium complex head to Upper Marlboro. A small band of protesters gathering at the county administration building to protest the eviction from Lynn Hill Apartments condominiums in Temple Hills. Now, gas and electricity was shut off for Tuesday for non-payment of bills. In turn, the county gave residents until 3 o'clock tomorrow to vacate. Attorneys say they are asking a judge to reinstate a previous bankruptcy order that they say will allow residents of the condo association to work out a deal with the creditors.
We are filing an actual motion today, a motion to vacate a prior order of dismissal. The order of dismissal happened back in April 4th of 2016, and there was a 2-year prohibition on the filing of another bankruptcy. So what we're attempting to do is vacate that order to reinstate that particular bankruptcy case and give the tenants an opportunity to reorganize using the assets they already have within their control.
At the same time, other protesters were at the courthouse. The state's attorney general's office is looking into ways it can help. Meantime, State Senator Anthony Muse is hoping a judge hears their case and issues an order that would turn the power back on.
They'll be asking that the escrow account will be open and that the rent from this point on will be put in an escrow account that will be headed by those who are court-appointed persons to pay the bills, start being current with all of the fees that the money that's supposed to come out for certain fees. They want to be certain that that happens. So those are the things that we're going into court for today.
But as of the moment, residents have to be out by 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Patricia Valone.